Hi everyone, I've just got my iPhone here and I'm getting ready to make some ice creams, and I've heard a lot about Terra gum. I use the guar gum. I used to use the xanthium and then I switched to the guar gum, which is very economical. This Tara gum, they said makes your ice cream creamier, and you only have to use 1/8 of a teaspoon, it says, which is a good thing because this little tiny package, which is only 2 ounces, was $20 on Amazon. So they sell it in bigger amounts, but before I spend almost $100 on something, I'm trying it out to see if it's worth it and how many servings I can get out of this package. So I'm going to take my regular ice cream recipe that I have for my cheesecake vanilla. That's 1 point. And I just kind of used a marker here on this so I could tell for myself. I'm going to substitute the guar gum for 1/8 of a teaspoon of Tara gum. And since it is a thickener, I thought I would go ahead and maybe, I'm going to do 2 of them. One of them with cheesecake instant pudding, the tablespoon like in this recipe, and one without it. And if the one without it tastes really good, this will turn into be a 0-point ice cream. Just curious how it would taste. So I'm going to make 2 of them, and this is how I'm going to do it. And then I'll freeze it, come back tomorrow, and do a taste test. Okay, moving along here with this recipe. Okay, I'm trying this with the Tara gum. And after I spent like an hour going through all kinds of adding, multiplication, all this stuff, and Amazon helping me, or I should say Alexa helping me, I finally just poured the packet, which is a small packet here. It says 2 ounces. It says 50 grams. The ingredients is based upon 100 grams. So after I put it into my Weight Watchers tracking, it comes out to 0 grams per serving, and actually per serving I'm putting as 1/8 a teaspoon, but I also added it to the Weight Watchers tracker as a 1/8 teaspoon or a 1 teaspoon in case you want to do a little more than 1/8, then you'll know, but there's still only 0 points. And so I then took the package and very carefully, because this is $20, very carefully poured it into one of my little measuring containers, and the results were really good. It says that there's 2 ounces, and actually I show that there is, well, it shows 5 tablespoons, and it shows almost like 14, almost 15 teaspoons, where 2 ounces would be 10 teaspoons, so it actually is a little more. And the ounces, it's almost like 1/3 of a cup, and the ounces are right here. And see, it's over 2. So there's a little bit more. So when I multiply $20 times how many servings that I get out of this, which is 112, if you do 1/8 of a teaspoon, you'll get 112 servings out of this. So 112 servings divided by $20 comes out to 18 cents per pint. Now I don't feel so bad that I spent $20 for this. So we'll see if this was even worth it. I'm going to go on with my regular cheesecake vanilla ice cream recipe, and I'll get back with you. Okay, this is going to be the first one that I'm trying, and this is my cheesecake vanilla ice cream made with the Tara gum. I'm only using 1/8 of a teaspoon, and I'm going to try it without the pudding, and if it works and tastes good, this will be a 0 points for 2 pints. So we'll see how this turns out. I doubled up the vanilla extract, and I doubled up the cream cheese just to give it a little more flavor since I'm not using the pudding. And my daughter got me this for Christmas. Let me see. Okay, I just finished both recipes. I'm going to put them in the freezer. I'll get back with you tomorrow. The first one is my original cheesecake vanilla with recipe, but instead of the guar gum, I did the Tara gum, and I also did it without the pudding. We'll see how, and just added extra vanilla and extra Lorraine cream cheese emulsion, just to see how that tastes, because then if it tastes good, that's 0 points. If you want to splurge for a 1-point ice cream, this is my original cheesecake vanilla. The only difference I did on this one is I swapped out the guar gum for the Tara gum. I can tell you that when I taste tested it to make sure they were sweet enough, it was so creamy, so much more creamier than my regular recipe. So I think this might be a winner, and it only equals out to like 18 cents per pint because I only use an eighth of a teaspoon. So it's not as bad as I thought, and it'll be well worth it if it makes the ice cream even creamier. I can't wait to try it tomorrow. Okay, since I'm on a roll and messed up my kitchen, I'm almost out of my double chocolate. That's my favorite. That one in my cheesecake vanilla. So I'm going to try making it with the tar gum because it seems to be so creamy. We'll see. I'm going to do a taste test, like I say, tomorrow. So I used my same recipe that you can find on my website. It's the www Delicious Chocolates. I think I've got it as double chocolate. Anyway, I have 2 recipes in there. Like this one's laminated. One side I have just for 1 pint, the 2-cup size, and that one's 3 WW points. If you make it in bulk, which I always do because it takes time making these and I like to have a bunch in my freezer. So this recipe actually makes 5 of the 2-cup pints. And when you do that, then you're only, it's only 2 WW points. Thing I've changed here, I didn't have a banana, so I excluded the banana. That's more of a stabilizer anyway, so you don't really have to have that. I think having the tar gum is going to make such a difference. So the same recipe, no banana, no guar gum. Instead, I added the tar gum. It's 1/8 of a teaspoon if you're doing the 1 2-cup pint. If you're doing the larger one, well, actually, since it's 5, it should be 5 1/8 teaspoons of the guar gum. So I guess you could, it's almost a teaspoon of the guar gum. Anyway, and that's 0 points. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I forgot, I like to add a little vanilla to my stuff. So anyway, we'll see how this turns out tomorrow when I do a taste test. It's going to make 5. Okay, I just finished my double chocolate recipe, and the only difference, like I said, I did with it, this is for the 5 pints, the 10-cup recipe. I swapped out the guar gum and put the tar gum in, 1/8 of a teaspoon per pint. So I just did 1/8 of a teaspoon each time to make sure, because that stuff is expensive, to make sure I do it right. Anyway, so that's the only thing I changed. I took out the guar gum, put the tar gum in, and then I also didn't have any bananas, so I took the banana off the recipe. Actually, the banana was mainly for a stabilizer. Don't really need it with the tar gum. And then I added a teaspoon of vanilla, only because I like to add a little vanilla sometimes to my ice cream. And then I'll do a taste test tomorrow. And these are going to go in the freezer. It's been a very productive day. Wow. Okay, this was my taste test kitchen today. These are the ice creams that I made, the lemon cheesecake that I tweaked from the terrible recipe that I found on one of the Facebook groups that somebody was wanting to know how you could create it into an ice cream, and it was a terrible recipe. It wasn't really made for this, but I turned it into a lemon cheesecake. Tasted good as far as the batter part of it went. We'll see tomorrow when I taste it. And then I took my original vanilla and did a couple of them with the tar gum that I just bought instead of using guar gum. And then I did a bunch of the chocolate while I was at it. And because over here I have the regular vanilla with guar gum and the regular chocolate with guar gum that we use all the time. So tomorrow we'll do a taste test, and it's been a very busy day and a very messy kitchen. I don't think you can even see it, it's blurred. Okay, there it is. But it's all worth it. I hope you enjoy. Ooh, there we go. Okay, taste test with the tar gum, not the guar gum. This is the first recipe. This is my original cheesecake vanilla without the pudding mix.
Okay.
Is it good?
It's pretty tart.
Yeah, I think so. But how's the texture? Look how creamy that is.
Oh, that's much tastier.
Yeah, that's got the pudding in it. But isn't this creamier than the regular ice cream?
Let me check one more time.
No, these both have tar. It's just this doesn't have the pudding. but this is the creamier stabilizer.
Oh yeah, this is much more like fountain ice cream.
Cool. Okay, now I've got the two double chocolates. These are both the same recipe. Anyway, except one is with guar gum and the other is with the Tara gum. So I'm going to have my husband try them and see if he can tell which is what, which one he likes better. Go ahead. Hold on to it.
That's really creamy. Mm.
Okay.
Not quite as creamy, but both of them are quite tasty.
Really? Because this is with the Tara gum, which is supposed to be creamier. I'll have to try it.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm just going to try them because this one I know is with the guar gum. And this is one I always have, the double chocolate. Of course, it's very good. Mm. This is with the Tara gum. Tara gum, not tar. Mmm. This is creamier. Very creamy. Mmm. One more thing, the Tara gum is less icy. That's the one thing. It's creamier. This one you can taste a little more of the ice crystals kind of in it. This one is creamier.